I'm on the Del Mar College West Campus where GED classes take place. This award-winning program is a structured, active, and educational approach that provides high-quality education. It's also the college's commitment to assist students with planning, decision-making to achieve educational, career, and personal goals. Another outstanding program available at Del Mar now. I'm Amy Mintz, Associate Professor of Child Development Early Childhood at Del Mar College. Assistant Director of the GED, ABE, ESL program, Daniel Zamora, is here. He'll explain the GED program in greater detail. The program director of the TRIO Student Support Services is also with us. Tamatha Gilbert will tell us about this program. Johanna Torres is also here. She's the Grants Activity Coordinator for the Title V program. Students in the radio and television program will present a Del Mar Now update. There's a lot of great information coming your way. Stay with us. This is Del Mar Now. Our first guest is the Assistant Director of the GED, ABE, ESL program. He's been with Del Mar College since October 2001. He earned an associate's degree from Del Mar College and then earned both bachelor's and master's degree from Texas A&M University, Kingsville. He also completed 18 counseling certification hours at Texas A&M University, Corpus Christi. Please welcome to Del Mar Now, Mr. Daniel Zamora. Hi, well, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, Amy.
All right, tell us about the GED, ABE, ESL program and who's eligible to enroll in this.
Well, the name of our program is the Del Mar College ABE GED ESL program. GED stands for General Educational Development. It's designed for those students that are eligible to take the GED test. It's a high school equivalency test. Now, ABE stands for Adult Basic Education. ABE classes are for those students that aren't quite ready to take the GED test, but it prepares them through basic skills lessons to get ready for GED preparation. Now, ESL stands for English as a Second Language. It's for those individuals who want to learn to speak, read, write the English language well.
Okay, so who's eligible to enroll in these programs?
Adults 17 years or older. In some cases we'll take 16-year-olds who aren't enrolled in school and just have that need for furthering their education. We take 16, 17-year-olds, and there is no age limit. We've had 84-year-old students there.
Fabulous. What's the cost to enroll in these programs?
There is no cost other than taking the GED exam. They'll pay on their own. Now, in some cases, we offer scholarships for the testing fee, but other than time, effort, and commitment, it's free of charge.
Oh, that's fabulous to hear. Would you explain how the program is now available in the 12-county region and how it's not just for Corpus Christi residents?
Well, Del Mar College was awarded the Adult Education and Literacy Grant in July of last year, July 2014. It's a federal grant, and through the Texas Workforce Commission, we are required to provide services in the 12 coastal Bend counties. Through this grant, we're offering classes as far south as Falfurrias, as far north as Beeville. We have classes in Kingsville. West of us, we're holding classes in Alice, Freer, San Diego. We also have classes in Kingsville, Taft, Ingleside. And we're still growing. Del Mar College is establishing a presence in the entire 12-county coastal Bend region.
That's fabulous to hear. So available to a wide range in this area and at no cost. Mm-hmm. So how would someone enroll in this? Is there an orientation or registration process?
Right, there is a required orientation, and orientation means just that. It orients students to one focal point, and that's success. It's at new student orientations that students begin to discover hope, I call it. They develop confidence in believing that, you know what, there is a possibility for me to return to school and be successful. We've had students who start believing that they can become actual Del Mar College students at the academic side or the vocational side. So yeah, new student orientation is just that. Students are taught, they are provided with valuable skills and information such as time management, study skills, problem solving, these things that are important. That, you have to find a balance in those things while being fathers, mothers, employees, and they wear many different hats. So orientation is very important because it begins to give students that clear picture of what success really looks like.
Okay. Would the orientation happen on Del Mar campus or at any of those 12 county regions, like for instance the Northwest Center?
Both. It happens. Our main campus is the West Campus. We hold orientations at the Center of Economic Workforce Development, the South Annex, the South Campus. We hold orientation there for a large group of students, prospective students, up to 100 at a time. So that consists of a 3-day orientation because of the large number of students we serve. Right. Most of those students come here to the West Campus. But at our remote sites, and including the Northwest centers, those are conducted in a 1-day orientation. The same curriculum is taught, the same activities go on. There's location testing and TABE testing. These are acronyms that we use for baseline testing, and through those tests we determine what levels to place them in.
Okay. And
what classes they are geared for. ESL classes conduct their own orientation. They're at the West Campus. It's a 1-day orientation also.
Okay. Quickly, how much would the GED test cost someone who's ready to take that test?
The cost of the entire battery of tests is $135. Students can take one test at a time for a $35 fee, but yeah, the entire cost is $135. Now, the Del Mar College Foundation offers GED testing fee scholarships. Students that score really well on those GED ready tests, they are sort of like practice tests. If they can pass these GED ready tests, we're so sure that they'll pass the actual test that Del Mar College will even pay for their test.
Fabulous to hear. Well, where can someone get more information about this program? Do you have a website or web phone number?
Yep, the Del Mar College website, www.delmar.edu. Or we have 2 hotline numbers, one for GED and one for ESL. The GED hotline number is 698-1756. The ESL hotline number is 698-1824, 1824. I have those memorized.
There you go. Well, thanks for sharing this valuable information today.
Thanks for having me.
Next, we'll talk with the program director from the TRIO Student Support Services at Del Mar College. And later, we'll learn about the Title V program. Don't go away.
Aye! It's Bernie's famous crawfish boil on April 9th for one hot sauce of a party with all-you-can-eat crawfish and shrimp. Join the Del Mar College Foundation and Trustee Emeritus Bernie Paulson at 6 p.m. April 9th to raise funds for scholarships at Concrete Streets or Market Pavilion. Festivities include gumbo-flavored music with a Jewel of the Bayou, Leroy Thomas, and Exotico Roadrunners, along with live and silent auctions. For more information, call 698-1033. Aye!
Registration is underway for this summer's Corpus Christi Pre-Freshman Engineering Camp at Del Mar College. The program is for middle through high school students who excel in science and math. Spend 7 academically intensive weeks engaged in mathematics, logic, and problem solving to prepare for science and engineering careers. Sponsored by Del Mar College and Flint Hills Resources. For more information, call 361-698-1671.
Our next guest is the Program Director of TRIO Student Support Services at Del Mar College. She earns an associate's degree from Northern Virginia Community College, a bachelor's degree from Texas A&M University, Corpus Christi, and a master's degree from Walden University. She's been with Del Mar College since the spring of 2004. Please welcome back to Del Mar now, Tamatha Gilbert.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for being with us today.
Good. So happy to be here.
Okay, tell us a little bit about TRIO and what are some of the benefits for students who would participate in this program?
Well, TRIO is a federally funded grant program through the Department of Education, and what we are basically charged with is providing access to support services, whether they be academic, just a variety of different workshop opportunities, funding assistance for disadvantaged students, basically to level the playing field and enhance, their chance of being successful at completing their college education.
Okay, so how could someone take advantage of some of these programs?
You could come on into our office location. We're located over at the East Campus in the Student Success Center, room 111, and also at the West Campus in the Emerging Technology building in room 102 or 114. Pick up an application, get it completed in. You would need to also include a copy of your previous year's tax income, because we had to verify one of the qualifiers, which would be if a student is a low-income college student, and submit it in. We get it reviewed. We contact the student and bring them on in for their original personalized intake assessment to find out what their basic need is. Bring them on into the program if they meet the qualifiers.
Okay, so besides income qualifiers, are there any other qualifiers that they need to bring in, or criteria, documentation?
Other qualifiers are if they're a first-generation college student, meaning neither one of their parents has completed their bachelor degree, as I mentioned, a low-income college student, or a student with a documented disability. Additionally, we provide services to students that are veterans. We also look for a student that may have an academic need. For instance, if they come in and take their college entry test, and maybe the test results basically reveal that they're going to have to start out taking developmental courses. That's an opportunity for us to provide a major service, which is peer tutoring. That's just an example of an academic need.
Okay, great. So tutoring is one of these services you provide. How do they sign up for this tutoring, or do they have to make appointments before they can do this?
For our program, once they're brought in as a participant, they basically have accessibility to all the different services that we have to provide. For instance, if we're talking about the peer tutoring, per their peer mentor, they're basically set up initially by appointment. Then after that, as they have need, and they can come in during our hours of operation, Mondays through Thursdays from 7:30 until 6 p.m., Fridays from 7:30 until 3 p.m., and get all the tutoring assistance that they need. They start out with 1-hour sessions, and if that tutor doesn't have a standing appointment, they can continue on as long as we're there, during the hours of operation. So it can be a one-on-one tutoring, experience, or depending on what their learning need is, if they're visual, if they're auditory, a hands-on or read-write or kinesthetic type of learner, our tutors are versed in all those different learning styles, so that when they meet with that tutor can tutor towards what that student's preferred learning style is.
Very helpful.
Yeah, so it's very beneficial.
Oh, that's great. You mentioned that income eligibility may allow students to participate in these services, and we hear pretty regularly about students not being able to purchase their textbooks, for example, or materials they need for courses. So how can TRIO help them maybe in those situations?
Well, in terms of some of the materials that students might need for their courses, I'll give you an example. Like, some students are coming in, they've been working with their tutors and getting prepared to go and take the test. They show up for the day of the test, and I don't have a Scantron. Do y'all have Scantrons? We provide things like that. Scantrons, notebook, paper, basic materials like that we provide, and we have that accessible for our students. As far as being able to help with textbooks, we do a one-time disbursement, usually in the spring semester, of grant aid to our students. There's certain qualifiers that they have to meet. Number one being that they've come in and utilized services pretty steadily in the program, that they are Pell Grant eligible, they have remaining need, and there's other criteria that are involved. And when the time frame comes for the disbursement, and just to give you an idea, over the year we disperse a total amount of, I think it's over $14,855. So that's, you split that up basically evenly. That's a good amount of assistance, financial assistance that they can use towards books. So.
In my teaching experiences, I've had students who believe that they need help with academic areas, student services, test taking, etc., but they don't have any documentation that says I do have a learning disability. Is there any way TRIO could help jumpstart them in the right pathway of getting the right documentation so they can come utilize these services?
Well, one of the things that we do within the scope of our services is not only to provide support services within our program, but to have that knowledge of different resources of support on campus and out into the community. So depending on whatever the student's need is, our responsibility per our staffing, like our peer mentors or myself as a director, coordinator, or financial aid assistant, we guide those students towards those connection points for a pipeline of success.
That sounds fabulous. Okay, well, where can someone get more information about the TRIO program?
Again, as I mentioned earlier, they can come on to our offices. We love when they come in and stuff, and just kind of visit with us, and we definitely will have flyers and stuff available and applications. They can complete it out right there in the center, or they can go to the Del Mar website at www.delmar.edu and look for offices and find TRIO, and then there you are. There's a flyer and application, and submit that in.
Oh, fabulous. Well, thank you for talking with us today about this.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Students in the radio and television program are up next with a Del Mar Now update. After that, we'll talk with the Grants Activities Coordinator with Title V. Don't go away.
Catch the Viking spirit. Nationally recognized and locally focused, Del Mar College has been delivering dreams for over 75 years. If Del Mar College has touched your life, join the Vikings Alumni Association and help others achieve their dreams. Stay connected. Support scholarships. Explore the Viking Career Network. Join online today at delmar.edu/alumni for as little as $10 and get a free t-shirt. Show your Viking pride.
Welcome to this edition of Del Mar Now Update. I'm Kira Hayes.
And I'm Brandon Pettis.
2 new centers have been added to assist Del Mar College students to research academic careers. Nearly $350,000 were spent for the facilities under the Title V program. The Career Resource Center and Career Kiosk was placed in the Harvin Center and the STEM Center in the Coles Classroom building. The Career Resource Center and Career Kiosk features a software program called Focus 2. The software guides students through a reliable career and education decision-making model. The bulk of the funding was spent on the creation of the STEM Center. The center features mobile smart boards and furniture. The layout of the facility uses the design concept for learning environments, which arranges furniture uses in non-traditional ways. 5 local institution agencies have come together for a second round of grant funding for safety training. The Del Mar College, Texas Mutual Insurance Company, the Corpus Christi Regional Transportation Authority, the Corpus Christi and Flower Bluff ISDs plan to expand through the funding the DMC Transportation Training Services fleet. With a grant from Texas Mutual Insurance Company, 60 bus drivers last year went through the safety program. The focus is on drivers' compliance with state and federal rules and regulations, defensive driving techniques, and driving skills. The RTA donated a bus for the training, and it has been repainted with Del Mar's Dreams Delivered campaign slogan. Drivers completing the Commercial Driver's License Class B program not only will be able to drive a bus, but also a truck with a weight rating of up to 26,000 pounds. The Vocal Vikings continue to do very well in their competitions.
That's right, Kira. In fact, one of our very own from Del Mar has qualified for nationals. Students representing Del Mar College in speech tournaments are doing well in the intercollegiate contest. For the first time, a Del Mar College student has been named to the Texas Intercollegiate Forensic Squad. Denise Mugabe made the squad by having a winning record in at least 3 tournaments, maintaining a good GPA, and being active in other activities on campus. Another member of the speech team, Miguel Porfirio, has qualified as an at-large member of the National Individual Event Tournament. The tournament is to be held in Portland, Oregon, and Porfirio will perform his program of oral interpretation. At the beginning of the month, the Vocal Vikings hosted the Speech on the Beach tournament and earned first place sweepstakes. 9 colleges and universities participated in the 3-day event, which was actually 2 tournaments. 2 Del Mar College employees have been recognized among 40 local residents for their contributions to the community. Diana Ortega-Friedrich and Natalie Villarreal were honored as part of the 2014 Corpus Christi Under 40 Professionals. CCU 40 honors the accomplishments of the men and women under 40 in their professional fields as well as through service to the community. Ortega-Friedrich is a disability specialist with Del Mar's Disability Service Office. The Robstown native serves on several local boards that serve people with disabilities. She's currently working on her doctorate in educational leadership. Villarreal is a licensed psychotherapist. She's worked with individuals suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, depression, and anxiety. The Orange Grove native has served over the years with about a dozen area organizations. Villarreal is the alumni coordinator with Del Mar's Office of Development.
A guest lecturer from Illinois State University spoke on the campus of Del Mar College about the history of Corpus Christi. Professor of History, Dr. Alan Lesoff, spoke about how competing regional and cosmopolitan influences have shaped the city and its port. Lesoff has written a book, Where Texas Meets the Sea, Corpus Christi and Its History. The Illinois State University professor says Corpus Christi was a location where frontier processes of Mexican and Anglo-American came together, sometimes violently. He says this has led to competing understandings of the city's history, character, and place in South Texas. Dr. Lesoff notes that Corpus Christi was a place where westward Anglo expansion overwhelmed the Hispanic settlement processes from the south. According to Lesoff, despite Corpus Christi being an indispensable provider of services from the port to military bases, the city has never made it into the first rank of Texas cities. He attributes this to a self-consciousness about the city's identity. Dr. Lesoff was a faculty member at Texas A&M University, Corpus Christi, from 1992 to 2000.
The longest-running juried art show of its kind for a community college is currently on exhibit. The 49th Annual National Drawing and Small Sculpture Show is on display in the Joseph A. Kane Memorial Art Gallery of the campus of Del Mar College. Artists from 26 states submitted 177 entries. The entries represented 74 artists. Oklahoma State University art professor Chris Ramsey chose 71 works for the exhibit. There are 34 sculptures and 37 two-dimensional drawings in the showcase. Ramsey says that he chose unique artworks that he thought represented the finest quality of concept and craft. 3 of the selected receive a financial award as the outstanding pieces for the juried show. The exhibit will be on display through May 8th. Hours for the gallery in the Fine Arts Building are from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 9 to noon on Fridays.
That's this edition of the Del Mar Now Update. I'm Kira Hayes.
And I'm Brandon Pettis. Stay tuned for more Del Mar Now.
I used to dream. I was using my talents to drive me forward. Today, I am.
Go from I dream to I am. Del Mar College. Dreams delivered.
For more information about Del Mar Now, log on to www.delmar.edu/now. If you have questions, comments, or suggestions to help us improve Del Mar Now, send an email to now@delmar.edu.
Our final guest is the Grants Activity Coordinator for Title V at Del Mar College. She started the college in November 2013. She has a Bachelor's of Arts in Psychology from St. Edward's University and a Master's of Science in Clinical Psychology with a specialization in Neuropsychology from the University of Texas at Tyler. She's a licensed professional counselor intern working towards becoming a fully licensed. Please welcome to Del Mar Now, Johanna Torres.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, tell us about Title V and what Title V does.
Okay, I'm going to read a quote directly from the Department of Education website. Title V provides grants to assist Hispanic-serving institutions to expand educational opportunities for and improve the attainment of Hispanic students. These grants also enable Hispanic-serving institutions to expand and enhance their academic offerings, program quality, and institutional stability.
Okay, so that sounds like a large umbrella of services. So what are some of the goals or things that Title V would offer students?
We offer anything that is any academic programs. We're trying to expand the academic programs on the Del Mar campus. We also offer lots of support services like tutoring, mentoring. We have the new career resource center that just opened as well. So it really falls under a huge umbrella of activities.
Could anyone participate in any of the programs or services that Title V would offer?
Yes, ma'am. They are available to all Del Mar College students. There's no requirements for the most part. There are certain programs, certain Title V programs that do have cohorts, and so in that case you would have to be a part of the cohort.
Okay, then you stay with your cohort?
You stay with your cohort throughout your time at Del Mar.
Okay. Okay. You just mentioned this new Career Resource Center that just opened on the East Campus. Tell us about this center and what benefits it offers our students.
Sure. The Career Resource Center and the Career Kiosk, we just had the grand opening. They have 3 main services that I'm going to talk about. The first is a Focus 2 career planning software that students can gain access to. It's free of charge and they can log into it from anywhere, not just on campus. And the second are career events that we have. We have career fairs, and we also have Dress for Success events where we show students how to dress appropriately on a budget because they're students. And then we have career-related workshops where I do workshops on resumes, cover letters, interview etiquette, and also social media etiquette.
These workshops, can they be done at the individual basis, or do they have to sign up for a class and take it with a group of other students?
Usually I will present to the classes. I also have various workshops scheduled throughout the semester, and they can find those on the Del Mar calendar. They're already posted on there. But they can also just request to come in and meet with me, and we can go over the information one-on-one.
Okay, that's good to know. So there's a series of professional development events sponsored by Title V, and you've mentioned, I think, a few of them already. Who can attend these?
The professional development events are for staff and faculty. A big goal of our grant is to increase the amount of professional development activities on campus, and so any staff and faculty from Del Mar can attend.
Can you give us some examples of some of the professional development that would be attainable by faculty and staff?
Sure. This coming semester we have various webinars scheduled. We also have a specialist from Apple coming onto the campus to show faculty all the different Apple products that are available, and that will be in April. That event will be in April, and so it's open to everybody.
Oh, that sounds exciting, actually. Where can someone get more information about Title V?
They can go to the Department of Education website. It's www.ed.gov/programs/IDUESHSI/index.html.
And the Title V resources on campus, can someone find out information about that more locally?
Absolutely. They can come into any of our offices. We have various grants on campus. We have 3 Title V grants on campus. And so there is my office in the St. Clair building, room 116A. There's also an office on the West Campus. And there's an office in the library as well.
Okay, so scattered throughout.
Yes, we're all over.
All right. Well, thanks for talking with us today about this.
Absolutely. Thank you.
If you have any questions or comments about Del Mar Now, send an email to now@delmar.edu. We'll return in April with an all-new show. Until then, I'm Amy Mintz for Del Mar Now. Thanks for watching.